Hello friends, happy Thursday, happy last day of the month. It is April 30th. Can you believe tomorrow is May 1st? That's just crazy to me. So we are going to do our end of month reallocation, which is what's in here. We're going to do reallocation and unstuffing and then a condensing and back to the bank. And hopefully I can do it all in one video and it doesn't become, too crazy long. But let's go ahead and start with our back to the bank. I'm looking for my rock and I don't see it. Oh well, that's all right. I don't know what I did with it. I don't know why I keep losing the dang thing. So let's go ahead and start right here in our home binder. And we're starting with real estate tax. And we're putting $90 in order to hit my goal at the end of the year to pay my real estate taxes for my home. I need to save $90 a month. So every month it's always going to be $90. So we have $400 in the bank. So 400, 450, 5, 20, 40, 65. So $565 in real estate tax. It's a good amount. Next up is propane, and we're adding a slightly odd amount to propane, but I'll tell you why in just a minute. 20, 40, 60, 80, 95. We're adding $95 to propane, and here's why. So my goal for my annual propane pre-buy, which is how we do it, I give them a big chunk of money in August/September, and then that's my propane for the winter time. My goal is $750. So now adding that 95, we have 600 already in the bank. We're going to save that for just a minute. So 600, 20, 40, 60, 80, 95, 700, 750. So this one is now officially fully funded, and that feels amazing. All right, home maintenance gets 10, 20, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40. Oh my goodness, somebody is whining behind me. Probably because he's not getting his way, or I don't know, something along those lines. All right, so now in home maintenance, we have 100, 120, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60, 61, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 167. And I don't think, oh, hang on just a minute. Okay, I don't believe there's anything coming out of home maintenance this month. I don't think. Household is next. I'm digging into the wrong envelope first. In household, we're putting in 20, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 71, 2, and 3. And all of the money that is in this binder with these labels, this was money that we saved this month. So either in Tiny's or in, I am so sorry for the shaking, either in Tiny's or when we completed our yellow monthly binder, that's where all this money comes from. All right, so for household now in total, I know there's a little bit coming out of here. 20, 40, 60, 80, 95, 100, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 115. Actually, I think most of that's going to come out. I don't remember exactly. And then I think that's it. Yeah, that's it for the home binder. Excuse me. All right, next is the auto binder. Come on, thank you. First up is car maintenance. Golly, I can't do anything in the right order. So we're putting 100 into car maintenance, and that gives us, I don't know. Let's find out. 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 150, 170, 180, 81, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 185. And what's next? New tires. So we're putting 25 into new tires, which is good because that's all it's going to have in it. Because I bought 4 new tires for my car and used all of that money. All right, we're done in this binder. Now let's move on to our general low priority binder. And we're going to start with Bath & Body Works because y'all know I got to have my candle money at the end of the year. And we are adding in 25. So now in Bath & Body Works, we have 100, 120, 130, and 135. This one is going to stop at 200. Just a minute. Okay, next up is clothing. We're putting 15 into clothing, not much. We don't need much this month. I don't think there's anything I purchased for clothing. So 50, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, 101. $101 in clothing. Dining out is actually our, snacky fund. We're putting 40 into there. Thing one has a tendency to come in late of an evening. Hey, how much would I have to convince you to go get, insert snack here? So that's our snack fund. Boot camp graduation trip, we'll come back to that. Medical. We are adding 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, and 120, which is good because we had some unexpected medical expenses this month, and that 300, yeah, that's gone. So $420 in medical. Next up is pantry, and we're adding in 30 into pantry. I don't have a whole lot in here right now, which is fine. We made a huge pantry purchase last month. So now in pantry, we have 20, 40, 50, 60, 65, 66, and $67. We'll let that one get a little bit bigger before we spend out of it. And last but not least is technology, and we're adding 20. This is us saving up for our annual antivirus and VPN renewal. So now in technology, we have 50, 60, 65, 70, and 75. Okay. Give me just a minute and we will get set up for our unstuffing. Okay, so I was getting ready to put this away and I remembered we still had his boot camp graduation trip to stuff, and that came from the the Spring into Savings Box Challenge collab that we did. And then I added just a little bit extra in from just, end of the month cash. And this is, I guess technically you could consider it travel, but this is going towards our trip to go watch my son graduate from the United States Army National Guard boot camp. So we don't know where or when just yet, so I am trying to save every single penny into here that I possibly can. And between the box challenge saved $254 in total, plus, no, it was $250. Oh, I don't remember. We're adding in $300. And since this is a handmade matte vellum, I did go ahead and condense it down, because if I would have stuffed all that cash in here, I'd have busted out my brand new handmade envelope. So we so far in this envelope we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 657, 755, 755, saved for that trip, and I am so sorry. Hang on once again. Okay, sorry about that. There was somebody mowing and they were quite literally right outside my window, and that was going to be very, very loud. Okay, now it is time for the unstuffing. Mom, I'm very sorry. You're going to hate this because it shows the ring, I know, but this is a spreadsheet that was sent to me by a friend in the budgeting community. On the left, these are all our various transactions from the month that were on the credit card. So we're going to be unstuffing today to pay off those balances. And then over here on the left, these are all the categories of the transactions that were over here. So then that way I can just go to those envelopes and pull those amounts. These are not in any sort of an order. At some point, I'm going to have to do that because I'm not going to be able to stand it. But we should be pulling $2,421 that will need to go back to the bank to, you know, put on our card. So I'm going to set it over here, Mom. That way, you know, it's not, there's not a, oh, why won't you zoom in some more? Okay, apparently that's the only zoom we get. Not a problem. Let's go ahead and start. This needs to be in some semblance of order. Otherwise, it's going to drive me crazy. Let's pull from household first because I know I have the correct amount in there and it'll give us some starting cash. So for household, we need $110. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 5, 100, 5, 10, and oh no, just 5 and 10. 1, 2, 3. Actually, you know what? Let's leave that 5 and take those 5 ones. So let's do that one more time. 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 5, 100, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that way we have some ones to make change with. Good idea. I have those from time to time, on occasion. Not always, but sometimes. All right, so $5 going back into household. And I think, hello, can you finish loading for me, please? I have it in airplane mode. I may have to reconnect it. Come on, do what you're supposed to do. I know you can. There always has to be a hiccup, doesn't there? Always. Okay, so I guess maybe I just had it in, zoomed in too much. We're gonna put it back in airplane mode. That is everything that's in this binder. So we'll put this one back and take out the auto binder. And from here, we need gas, which we don't have, and I'm not convinced that all of the transactions from gas were actually gas. But let's come back here to our low priority section, and from car maintenance, we're pulling 37, which we can't do. So let's do 20, 40, 1 and 2. 20, 40, 1 and 2, right? 37, yeah. So we're pulling 42 and we're putting back 5. And I don't plan to condense that one down any more than it already is, just because that way, if we need to make a purchase, you know, it's condensed already. Car registration. This is all in the bank, so I will have to transfer some of it over, but let's do, how do I want to do this? Let's come back to car registration. Let's come back to car registration because I need some bigger bills in here to, well, do I? Hang on, let me think about this a minute. Okay, so here's what I did. I pulled out 2 $100 placeholders, and we're gonna take this $200 away. We're gonna set it to the side. So now I can take this 100 and we'll put it back in the back. 62, 63, 4, 5, 70, 80, 100. It's gonna drive me nuts having cash and placeholders. It truly is. Okay, so we have 150 in the bank. So 150, 170, 180, 85, 86, 87, 88. $188 in car registration. Okay, so that one is taken care of. And, oh, gas. Yeah, gotta go to gas. So in gas, we have 20, 40, 60, 70, 85, 85 in gas. I need 151. Again, I'm not totally convinced that all of those are actual gas, transactions, think snackies and whatnot. So I'm going to do some more investigation into that one to see if I can figure that out. But for now, we're going to go ahead and pull the gas money just to, be on the safe side, have a little bit going back. Let's do this binder because we'll pull a chunk from here. All right, let's start with groceries. See, we're skipping by things. That's gonna drive me nuts. I'll have it fixed by next month. We need $861. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 900. Put that there. 61. What was it? 61, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yikes, that's all of our ones. 65, 70, 80, 90, 100. So 100, 20, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, and 39. 139 left in groceries. So that one's taken care of. And let's flip over here to medical. And all of our medical expenses for this month were $299, just $300 in the bank. So I'm just going to take that, and I don't have any ones over here in the tray, so we're gonna give it to ourselves. But we still have the 120 that we put in for our end of the month, so I gotta get that one boosted back up again. I think that is everything from this binder because there's no pantry. So let's switch over to pets because I bought something for Miss Jody. It's not here yet. It was a pre-order. So we're gonna go to, the kids were in here and they got they refilled their TREATS yesterday. All right, so pets, we need 20, we need 45, and we have 35. So, where can I get another 10? You know what? I don't need kitty litter anytime soon. So let's take that 20 and we'll put back a 10. That works. We still have a bunch of kitty litter. All right, so there's pets taken care of. And I think the only thing left aside from bills and business is holidays. And we're going to be unstuffing from our Easter envelope. Okay, so no Easter. We have a total of 140 and we are unstuffing 89. Again, I guess I'm gonna have to get some dollars. Hang on just a minute. All right, I have 5 in ones and we're gonna take away one of those 5s. So let's see here, I'm putting in 89, so we'll put in that 100 and take back 11. And then we are gonna put all of this Heartiversary empty. We're going to take all of this and come back here to the graduation trip, and it's all going in here, which was what I was going to do with the Heartiversary, but there wasn't any extra. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 650, 7, 750, 770, 790, $806. $806. At some point when I know where we're going, I will stop stuffing that. But until I know, we're just gonna have a nice little chunk of money in there. Okay, what is next? Let's do the bills binder, which is probably where I should have started, but you know, it's whatever. All right, Paramount, we're pulling out $7, so 5, 6, and 7. Have $1 left over. Microsoft is 10. Having a hard time keeping 10s in the tray, apparently. Next up is Hulu, and that is 13. So we'll do 15 and take back 2, so 3 left in Hulu. Netflix is 25. So this thing actually, over here on the left side are the actual transactions with the actual amounts, and then when it brings it over to the category side, it rounds it for me, which is super awesome. All right, Amazon, somehow I had calculated that I needed 52 and it's 54. So we're just gonna let my checking account buffer, you know, pick up the slack on those $2. Oh, that means the total at the bottom is not gonna be quite right. It's all right, it's fine, it's whatever. Internet is 85, so 20, 40, 60, 85. And we have 3 left over. Utilities, what did that come out to? 112, so we'll put in 120. 13, 14, 15, and 5. Now, can I condense that down? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I cannot, that's okay. So 29 left in utilities, and that is a balance that I just let roll over. Cell phone. All right, so it says 162, and that is what our amount was this month, because we didn't get words. There was something we didn't get taken off in time, but they have taken it off and we'll get the credit on next month's bill. So I'm just going to, again, let my checking account buffer carry that balance. And then when we pull next month's money, we'll pull it all so I can replace that buffer. But we have 50, 70, 90, 110, and 120. Nope, that's not a 20, that's a 50. Okay. Next up is electric, and that is the last thing in here. And my electric was 184. So we'll put back the 285, 90, 100. So in electric, this is the one that we're allowing to roll over. We have 50, 60, 65, 70. We're just gonna do that while we're in here. 70, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Next month is our settle up month. So we're gonna let that extra sit in there as our rollover. All right, last up is my business binder. All right, that's as close as it's gonna let me get. And again, these are not in order. That's okay. So nothing out of equipment, 18 out of supplies, 19 and 20. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, those are my last $2. Supplies, postage was 27. Doggone it, I need more ones. That's all right. It's all right. I left my bank bag out here just in case. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I should have just done 10 ones in the beginning like I always do. Did I remember? No, I didn't. Okay. Postage was 27, so I need 13 back. And then instant ink is 24. So we have 8 left over. YouTube is 23. So we have $1 left over. Whole whopping $1. And then, is there anything that I'm not? I had instant ink on there twice. How about that? Okay, fixed. All right, so we should have somewhere around 2,400 in here. Let me get my calculator and we'll get started. All right, I am a few dollars off, but it's not many dollars, and I can't guarantee that I didn't lose something in translation, so to speak, when I was making change and then I didn't have the right ones, and I didn't have the right amount for gas, and I didn't have the right amount for something else, and now I don't remember what it was. So now let's get set up for our condensing. I do have a bunch of, you can't see it, but I do have a bunch of placeholders. I did make myself some new ones. Plus I have, oh, we're not going to need those back there. So let's take those out of the pile. I did make myself some new ones, which are these right here. And then I also have some for Christmas and for birthdays because I didn't want to tie up my, you know, my nice ones in those binders. And, oh, I must be out of 100s. Well, there's one. And then let's put this 300 where it belongs. Whoops. Okay. Okay, so we are we not going to fit? We're not going to fit. Okay. Give me just a minute to get, just give me a minute to get all this tidied up. Okay, I think we're ready. I have prop bills over here. I have some condensing cash right here. That's the back to the bank money. And I have a list so I can keep track. I did, while I was paused, go through and add up the cash that's just in the tray. So then when lawnmower, I'm sorry, when we go through and count at the end, I'll know exactly what was in here when we started. So we are going to start right here in our home binder. House insurance, we have $1,800 already in the bank, and we're adding in 200 more. So house insurance gets 200. So we'll put that in, and we get to, oh, I'm excited about this, you guys. I am excited about this. Let's find 800. Goes there. Oh, come on. And then 1,000 goes there. We are putting in a $2,000 prop note placeholder into house insurance. That feels amazing. Okay, real estate tax. I can't remember how much was in here. So we'll leave the 65 and take back 100 in real estate tax. So let's put this one back. Let's pull this over here so I can actually see. Wouldn't that be something? Yeah, right there, maybe? Yeah, right there. And let's pull out one of our cute new ones because I do dearly love the new ones. All right, so now in real estate tax, we have 500 that's going back to the bank and 65, so 565 in real estate tax. I am super excited about this one. So 600 already in the bank. Set that down. 20, 40, 60, 80, 95, 150 going back for propane. So we'll put that in here and in here. And there's the lawnmower again. Sorry. And we'll pull out a 700 and a 50. Come here. Come on. The 600 can go back in right there. And because I'm just so excited, we're gonna put the 750 in here. Just as a reminder, that's what we have in propane. And then a fully funded right there. So that is now $50 that we have freed up each month to allocate to other places because we're not having to save for propane. Sweetheart, oh, I have you trapped again. I'm sorry, go ahead. Do I want to condense down this innie? Yes, I do. Let's start with the ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is 10, and 10 is 20. I got sending stuff flying. And I think that is the most I want to do. I want to leave some, why break 100 if it's only 15? So I think we'll leave home maintenance just like that. Household only has the $5. Can we condense buffer? No, we can't. All right, that's the last of the cash we have in this binder. So this one is done. I'm so excited about propane. So there's somebody in the backyard mowing, and that is why you hear Mr. Franco over here crying, because we don't like it that there's somebody in the backyard mowing. All right, so car insurance, let's do, we're gonna leave that 100 there. 50, 70, because I only have 80. 50, 70, 90, 110. And we'll take back a 10 and put that 100 in there. So we have 200 going back for car insurance. So let's find us a 900. 900. That is exciting. This one's not due until July. Oh, you know what? Let's do this while we're in here. So 940 still in car insurance. That one is not due until the 1st of July. Oh, this one is depressing. But we're still kind of fully funded. Believe it or not, 20, 30, 35, 36, 37, 30. Yeah, can't do anything there, so 188. And that's gonna just sit in there. Although I may do a, saver's choice and get the other 12 just to, even that out. Car maintenance. Oh, I kind of want to, but I kind of don't want to. We're gonna leave it. We're gonna leave it. Again, why condense it down too much and then have to make change, right? All right, done in this one. Oops. I don't think there's anything going back to the bank in this one, but let's condense clothing down. 20, 35, 45, 50. So let's put a 50 in there, because we don't spend out of this one very often. So 101 still in clothing. Nope, that's dining out. Clothing. Ooh, glad I caught that. Groceries, I condensed that one as I went, didn't I? Yeah. Medical, let's put at least 100 of that back in the bank. So 120 in medical. Ooh, I didn't add medical to the list. Medical is 100. Do I have many 50s? Let's just do that right there. I'm happy with that. Technology, let's do a 20 here. So 75. I think that one only needs like maybe 15 or 20 more, I think. So we didn't, the pet food fell just right this month to where it will all come out next month. Let's do that. 154 in pet food just to make it a little bit skinnier. That one doesn't have much left. That one has nothing left. 62 in kitty litter, can't do anything there. Vet visits, let's make that a 50. So 155 in vet visits. And then I would have put his savings 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90. I'm tempted to do that right there. And so we will put 300 into his savings. All right, and need a $300 placeholder for that. I don't think First Home didn't have much in it, and he now only has 10 in his spending. Oop. And these paper clips I got from Creations by Unica, I believe is what her shop was called. It wasn't just the paper clips I got, but they were one of the things that I got. And let me tell you, her packaging is top notch. I also got Hello Kitty. Can we? Nope, that's already condensed. And First Home is that, and spending doesn't have anything in it because she took her brother out to dinner this past Saturday night. I don't think there was anything that we could do in here. I'm tempted, and I may end up doing that off camera. Tempted to pull the extra out of everything except electric and utilities and put those in their appropriate month ahead categories. I'm tempted. I may. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Don't think there's anything much I can do in here. If I pulled, then I condensed as I went. That only had 8. Had a whopping $1. Let's see if we can do anything. Nope, we cannot do anything in there. Can we do anything for Cricut? Well, we can at least put a 20 in. Only 1, not 2. Canva. Well, let's do the same. Let's put those 10s back and take a 20. This will be pulled out at the end of May for that payment. Okay. Let's go ahead and condense this one if we can. This is our 100 envelope challenge. 50, 70, 90, 100. You know what? Let's take those 2 10s instead of that. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. I knew that 10 was supposed to go. 100. Okay. There's a lot of noise and distraction going on right now. Ooh. Okay, so yeah, we'll finish this one next week with $30, and that one's already condensed. And that's all the cash we have in that one. Let's do Valentine's Day, Super Bowl, can't be, Easter's empty, Heartiversary's empty. Let's go ahead and put back the 50. I wonder if I have, I do, right there. That way they match. All right, so 160 for, whoops, get back over there. 160 in Mother's Day. Father's Day, what do we have in here? Let's put Father's Day 100 back. And get a $100 placeholder. I like it better when I have my other cash tray and I have the placeholders, you know, somewhat spread out so I can see what I'm doing, but 1, 2, 300. Oh shoot, 100 for Father's Day. All right, hang on. Super Bowl, Easter, nothing. So we put back 50 from Mother's Day. Yes. And then 100 from Father's Day. And 300 from 4th of July. That's what happens when you forget to write stuff down. Okay, Halloween has 100, so that can go back. 100, can't read my own writing. I need to go back to bed, y'all. Back to bed. All right, Thanksgiving. Let's do 50. And we'll do a $50 placeholder. So 60 still in Thanksgiving. Happy New Year. Ooh, we're so close. $50. Okay. What do I want to do here? Well, let's at least do... No, you know what? We're going to just put all of this back. Let's just put... 100, 200. We'll do that. So we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 06. All right. So yeah, we're done with holidays. Birthdays. We have 100 for Pawpaw. And I made birthday placeholders for that. So 100 going back for Pawpaw. And then 100 going back for Mr. K. And then Nana has 60, so let's put back that and take a 10 and find a 50. And that's as far as we have made it into birthdays. So that's all the birthday placeholders we're gonna need. So we're done with that binder. A little bit skinnier, which is nice. And then last but not least is Christmas. So mine is already in the bank, already has a placeholder. Nana's already has 50, so let's put back that 150. And let's put back that $50 placeholder, and she gets a 200. Thing 1 has 150. So we'll put, oh yeah, that was cash. Just kidding. Pay me no attention. I need a 100, not a 200. There we go. There we go. So this is actually the prop money that comes in the 365 days of Christmas. I just made it into prop money for this. Okay, now, because these still have cash in them, I wonder how many 50s I have. These still have cash in them from when I did my tax return. So I have two $50 prop slips here. So let's do, we're just gonna do another 100. And I'll get some more made. Although actually, by the time we roll around to next month's condensing, I may be able to take some of these back. Okay. And yeah. So I really just need another 50. All right, friends. Give me a minute to get this list totaled and then find out what we should have in here in total, and I'll be right back. Okay, I came up with $42.39, and per my math, I should have $43.39, which tells me somewhere in here I'm exactly 100 off. So hopefully by this point I have, I caught it in editing, and maybe there's something up here on the screen saying, yeah, dum-dum, you missed it back whenever. So anyway, we have 4,200 going back to the bank, either into savings or back to checking to pay my credit card. So very, very exciting. Have a wonderful rest of your Thursday, friends. And I will see you all back here tomorrow for Cash Stuffing Friday, as well as long-term savings. Bye, friends.